Okay, that brake backing plate assembly is off the 38 Knucklehead, which you can kind of see the front fender there. This other assembly with the rear drum, let me get this in focus, is off of the 49 Peacock Blue, which is right there. And that I know the entire history of since day one. Have the original title. It's been in heated storage its entire life, and that is an original paint bike. It's almost brand new condition. What we have here, I have it for documentation, is if you can see it, a little bit far away. But what we have are painted nuts and accoutrements that assembly the backing plate. They were assembled and painted very lightly. I've seen this many times in certain assemblies of Harley-Davidson, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they were all done that way, because I've seen both. So this one was painted as an assembly, so we will not be stripping the paint off of those nuts or bolts. That is correct for this bike. That is how this one came. And you're going, huh? You just stripped off a bunch of paint on nuts and bolts. Well, just because they painted this as an assembly doesn't mean that they assembled the bike and then went with black paint all over it. That's not what happened. Somebody has gone over and touched it up with black paint on some of the nuts and bolts, and that's what we did, is cleaned it up. So we're going to continue the cleanup of this really nice machine. It is not in brand new condition. There are bikes out there that are still brand new in the crate. I just don't happen to have one. So we're going to clean it up to my standards, how I want to do it, because it's my bike. And someone mentioned some credibility issues about Greenie, so I'll state it quite clearly on this video. There's an unsubscribe button. It's that simple. So I'm going to disassemble this here. Whoops, that was my foot. Make sure that's still in focus here. There we go. And we're going to disassemble it and put it in mineral spirits so we can properly clean it. Now, the indication is, I don't think that this has been apart much. Look how clean that is there. This could very easily have been a new old stock assembly. It was found, put on the bike. We'll know more when we get it cleaned. And you're like, no old stock, no old stock. You don't understand. You don't understand. When this bike was found, you could have built not one, but hundreds of new old stock Knuckleheads every year if you had the money and the time to go buy the stuff. That's how common this stuff was in the 80s. It was just showing up at the meets everywhere. All you had to do is have the time and the money. There was people who had it and hoarded the stuff and bought it up. So we'll never know for sure, but look how clean the inside of this is. And this is an original paint backing plate. Well, why is it so clean? And these are original rivets. What it looks like to me, see the pattern there? Either somebody had the original press, which is possible, or this was a brand new unit. Now why would they put a brand new unit on that bike? Well, they put new wheels on it. On Mike, all the stuff on the guts. If the guts are new, the hub's new. The hub is nowhere. It was an old stock wheel. So, you know, I just recently bought an old stock brake drum. I had to pay the money for it. Just recently. Brake drum, brand new, in the box. The stuff's still out there. At the time, when this bike was found, it was common. It was so common I didn't want to collect it. It was just a bike. It would be like collecting a 99 Softail today. Well, there's people who collect that stuff. 30 years from now, an onion and a Softail that's bone stock would be like, oh my God! Well, 30 years ago, that's what a original paint Knucklehead was, just a bike. Who cares? Nobody cared. Very few people. Some did, or none of it would have been saved. But most of us didn't. I was off to the weird stuff. So I should have stayed with this. But that's hindsight. Come on, out of there. There it goes. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, that's been off before. Right. Okay, we're gonna put this in a vise. Take that off. So, these came like this here. There's a little cotter pin there. Pull the cotter pin out. They only come with one spring, okay? That's how they come. It's right in your book. Takes two on the front, one on the rear. Well, I don't have to take any of these videos, guys. None at all. It doesn't serve me, myself, any purpose. So, if you want to watch. It doesn't benefit me, myself, and I, any reason. Cotter pin out, pop that off, twist them like that, boom, there they are. That's all this here. So, now, give me a second. Need to get this stuff off my hands. Okay, now what we got, walk around this way here, over right here, and get this back in focus. Bear with me. What that is the rear brake rod off the 48 chassis. Okay, and I put it in the vise here, and I put a little Gibbs on it because this brake piece on that bike is a reproduction. I don't have this section off and clean yet, so I couldn't tell you about here. But this piece here off the 48 chassis seems to be in stellar condition. This piece here is like wow. So it's all the right plating and everything for that bike. So we're going to take and loosen this up here. Since it's already in the vise, squirt it down before I put that in the vise and take it apart. So give me 1 second. Here's a 1/2 inch. There we go. This should be, oops, it's a 5/8. Need a 5/8. It's floating around here somewhere. Now the next question I'm here is, why don't you put your tools away? And it's like, well, I'm too busy working on this and that. I've got 20 billion things going on at the same time. Okay, there we go. We'll hopefully pull this right off with our Gibbs that we sprayed on there. Come on. All right. Does not want to cooperate. There's another patina there. All right, I'm gonna have to put heat on there. So we'll bring the torch over to that one. So this end piece is what I want. And if we mess that up, well, shit happens. So let's bring our little piece over here. We're going to open this up here. All right. There we go. This is super stupid important. If you don't have that little brass washer in there, your brakes chatter. You've got to have it. I can't even begin to stress how important that is. That's like a life or death situation. You've got to have it. That's what makes them work. There's other tricks in mechanical brakes, but that's what's the most important one. Okay. So, pardon me while I step out of camera here. I'll bring this back around here, so at least you're looking at something. And that's that. Now we're going to take all this stuff here, including our brake shoes, and we're going to put it all into mineral spirits and let it soak. Okay. So now let's bring this little camera over to show you exactly what I've got going on here. Now, pull this back. Holding it by hand here, so excuse me. There's the 38. Okay. Now we have confirmed by measurement that we have no stock rear wheel. We have to confirm by cleaning the said wheel here that we have original paint. It's so dirty that we need to clean it up. Now, according to the meter, it is thin enough. All that tells us is depth. It's so dirty, getting it under a magnification won't tell us anything. I got to clean it up, so we will be doing that. We'll get back to you. Here is our soaking rear brake, as you can see. So we'll let that soak for a couple of days and get back to it. So we'll see you guys in the next videos.